As I said a few minutes ago, I am ever mindful of all the things that I am grateful for. I have had the privilege of traveling throughout the Caribbean and to the Mexican-American border many times. I've traveled to Haiti 5 times, the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere, and more recently, the most violent one. I had the privilege of traveling through Cuba, a failed state, if there ever was one, where people, even educated people, are slowly being literally starved because that state is failing and because of the rigidity of their government in combination with our embargo. Hurricane Melissa have only made these places and Jamaica and other places in the Caribbean that much poorer. I know for a fact, because I am in frequent contact with people in both Haiti and Cuba when the power grid allows, that sanitation systems that rely on electricity, that fans that rely on that help keep mosquitoes off people, have caused all kinds of diseases to transpire across these countries. The island of Cuba, everyone's got the rashes from chikungunya right now. I have seen it through video conferencing with a friend who lives in Santiago. We are so privileged in this country. Even the poorest of us at least have hope. I am mindful every time I turn on electricity, every time I can take a shower and not be paranoid that I'm inadvertently going to open my mouth and swallow some water. This holiday, even though there will be people who are isolated, places like this church provide a Thanksgiving meal for members who may be single and not have family next Sunday, and we provide community boxed meals with a real homemade Thanksgiving meal. We spend 2 days pulling that together. I am grateful that there are community institutions, secular and religious, that help take the edge off of some of the loss that we have. Mr. Rogers used to say to look for the helpers. I think it's important that we look for ways to be those helpers. I had a friend who used to call me. She had a basic, on the surface, decent life, a job she loved in a location she didn't, a relationship that was fine but not fulfilling, and she used to call me and whine. And I said to her, she called me a 3rd or 4th time and started in, I said, wait. The next time you start feeling like that, I want you to start writing down all of the good things that happen. When you're trying to merge onto I-10, she was living in the Southwest, and someone lets you merge, that's a big deal. I want you to note the color of the car or truck and the driver. What did that person look like? Male, female, black, brown, white? And just make a note of that. Every time someone says, hey, nice haircut. Did you get your haircut? I want you to make a note of that. I want you to find at least 5 things every day that you are grateful for. And after 2 weeks, she called me and she said, I am such an, and I will use the word idiot, but that is not the word she chose at that moment. She said, you were right. She had stopped calling me because she became aware of all the things that she was blessed by. So this week and in the weeks ahead, I would ask you to be grateful. Grateful for people who help us reorient our lives towards life when we are lost. Grateful for those mentors and friends. Grateful for those people that we can call to whine to. No matter how deep and dark things are, you are not alone. And for that, I am also grateful for. This music reminds me of, at least the last piece reminds me of one of my favorite cities, New Orleans. So I am grateful for that piece that brought me back to another city in which I visited 5 times after Katrina. I always picked one day before people started getting on each other's nerves in the middle of a service trip to go out and enjoy the city. So thank you. I'm really genuinely grateful for Jazz Vespers to remind us that there's joy in the midst of it all.